Welcome to How To RC. Recently I've had some questions about some very basic things when converting your Nitro T-Maxx into an electric T-Maxx. You're not making it into an E-Maxx. E-Maxx is a totally different animal. One of the questions is, what do I do about reverse? Well, your speed control and the motor are going to give you reverse right from your radio. No shifting, no nothing. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take the gears out of the transmission, put some different gears in, and it won't be a transmission anymore, it'll just be a gearbox. Okay? A gearbox will go forward and reverse. See that? Forward and reverse. Transmission has to shift to do that. So now the ESC is going to determine which way the motor rotates and which way the car goes. So you need to do in the black transmission, that's some of the other questions. What do I do about my transmission? Well, my question is, what transmission have you got? This is a T-Maxx 2.5. And this is a T-Maxx 1.5. And they both have the black transmission. This is a 3.3, and it has the gray transmission. Now, I don't want to confuse you, but this is a Revo spec transmission. They built this for the Revo and then started putting it in the T-Maxx because it was a stronger transmission. So you have to do different things to get this transmission to do forward and reverse than you do to get the black transmission into forward and reverse. The black transmission takes two kits, the forward only and the single speed. This takes only one kit. Or you can pretend that this electric motor is nitro and run it just like you were running the nitro. And you'll have to shift it, use the brakes and a servo to shift it. Or, this confuses even me. This is a Revo with a black transmission, but it's a Revo transmission just like that gray one. And I did the kit on this one, and I locked up the spur gear, the spur gear. And so she has forward, and reverse from the motor and the ESC. And when you lock this, when you do the single speed on the Revo spec transmission in your 3.3 T-Maxx, you're locking it into second gear. There's no more first gear. You're in high gear all the time. And you get rid of this servo and the brake linkage and all that stuff because the motor and the ESC are going to be doing the brakes and reverse. Now you'll notice that this is a low motor mount with an ESC tray on it. It's a nice rig. Gives you places to put two batteries right there on the chassis. I like this one too. This is a tall with ESC tray, and there's room to put a 3-cell battery under here. This is a tall without the ESC tray. And all of our T-Maxx transmissions fit all of the T-Maxxes. Doesn't matter. Traxxas went to the trouble of making sure that when you bought your T-Maxx 1.5 and 10 years later they come out with this 3.3, that you could take the motor from a 3.3 and put it in the 1.5 to update it and make it go faster. Which meant the chassis are all basically the same. I know, that one's longer and it's wider and blah 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 blah, but the relationship between the engine, the motor, and the transmission is the same. So that all of our motor mounts will fit all of the T-Maxxes. They all bolt right in through the holes that the nitro motor bolted on through those same holes. Okay, so if you're going to ask me a question, remember to tell me what transmission you've got, because the gear ratios in here are different and the spur gear size is different between the 2.5, the black transmission, and the Revo spec transmission. This is probably a 62 tooth spur gear, and this is a 72 tooth spur gear. That's it for today. I'm not going to go any further. Remember, go to howtorc.com to buy your motor mounts. If you want to save a little money, go to www.howtorc.com and buy your motor mounts online from howtorc.com. Have a great day.